Hey everybody, my name is Luke. I am the owner-operator of LC Junk Solutions. I run a junk removal company as well as some other uh, side deals. I do hauling, gravel, bark, but mostly just junk removal. Just wanted to make a introduction video to this channel, let you guys know what I'm kind of about, and also what you could be seeing if you follow the channel. For the most part, the YouTube channel will just be kind of uh, a host for other videos, shorts that I'll be doing. Not really into the how-tos at this point, but if anybody does have a question, I've only been operating for about a month or so now, as of end of October 2025. So if you find this channel relatively quick, you're also thinking about starting your own junk removal business. I've recently gone through all the trials and tribulations of getting up and running, getting to the point where I'm getting semi-regular leads, but also just progressing into that next phase of business, getting off of the gig apps and just operating through organic leads and website, Google business profile. I've done all of that. So I'm not an expert at it, but if anybody does have a question, feel free to run it by, and I'll at least give you my answer. But a little bit about the company. I live in Washington State. I operate on the Kitsap Peninsula, mostly north to south. It's a couple counties that I cover. It's pretty rural out here, so it's not a high saturation market per se. There is a lot of work though. We've got the major franchises out here. We've got 1-800 Got Junk. I've seen their trucks rolling around. We've also have a college hunks hauling junk franchise in town, but they don't seem to be very busy. One thing to remember is to not be intimidated by the situation. There's plenty of junk to go around. I've been in line at the dump and seen 3 or 4 other junk trucks, everything from a full-blown purpose-built rig to any number of pickup truck trailer combinations, from brand new to 20 years old. If you're thinking about it and you've got the work ethic and the patience to get it done, jump in, man. It's the easiest startup to start, and it really is about you working as hard as you can to get what you want out of the business. So far what I've gotten, I have a truck. I'll show you the truck here in a second. Obviously got the uniforms. I do think that's very important. Professionalism goes goes a long way in getting decent reviews, and also just the way that you seem to be treated when you're on the job site. If you're showing up looking like you're dressed to do the work versus you just got up and put whatever was on the floor clean from the night before, makes a big difference. Customers do look at you different, and they'll talk to their friends. When it comes back to Google reviews, whether you're using Yelp, Thumbtack, I've tried them all. I can also answer some questions about that too, because I do have my opinions on those apps versus running a website, Google business profile, paying for those ads, which I'm also doing at this point, trying to transition into legitimate business practices again, away from the gig apps, because those do get oversaturated and just end up draining your money. So I'll move on to the truck. I was lucky enough that when I transitioned into this line of work, I had some money set aside in savings. So I was able to find a really good deal on a pickup truck that had been converted to a dump from a local dealer out here on the peninsula in Port Orchard. They were great to work with. They do quality work. So can't really tell from this sitting around, but I'll move it around in a minute. I have a 2017 F550 with the 6.7 liter turbo diesel, 6-speed automatic. It is a class 5 rig, so its GVWR is 19,500 pounds. And if that sounds like overkill, it is. This truck, I've had 9,000 pounds in the bed of this truck, and it didn't care. Didn't care at all. Dumped it, towed it, just fine. But it's all about future-proofing. I do plan on getting a CDL and transitioning into towing trailers, towing equipment, dropping things off for rental and picking them back up. So when I saw this deal, I had to jump on it, because I don't want to have to go back in a couple years and worry about a truck with high mileage that won't do the job that this one can do right off the bat. Another important thing when you're picking up a truck is find a local diesel mechanic. If you do get a diesel, find a local mechanic that has experience in fleet vehicles. It's very important to build a relationship with that shop so they know exactly what your truck has been through. They know what they've done. Do your best to get that. So I'll get out and kind of give you a quick walkthrough around the truck, show you what I'm running, set up, and we'll go from there. Okay, outside now. So this is it. 2017 F550. I was lucky and ended up getting a diesel. They did have an F450 that was the gas, but the 6.7 when the 2017, nothing but good things. Maintenance, reliability, and this one here only has 70,000 miles on it. I've only put about 1,000 miles on it so far, and it's just been perfect. So it started out obviously commercial chassis cab. From what the dealership told me, it was a Pape machinery service truck. They're like heavy duty, heavy equipment. And this was one of their rigs. So this company, what they do is they buy those rigs and they rip off the old bed and they do the frame and they fabricate and attach their own dump bed. So this one has 20,000 pound hydraulic ram lift, anything I put in the back. It does have an auto tarp system, which is super handy, and their loadout even has a little lock box down there. In here I've just got a couple tools to help me move things around, a hitch in case I do have to haul anything. These are wrist straps, excuse me, for moving appliances, things like that. Wooden dolly, extra ratchet strap, and these are individual dollies. They're really good for uneven surfaces. If you've got a table or something, you can pop these under the legs, move it around, at least while you're in the building. And that's a portable air pump just in case I need it, and big box of contractor bags. Those are also pretty important to have. So there's that. This bed also has a side door option here with individual handles, and the back is the typical barn door style. What they did, all new LEDs, LED backup lights. This one even has backup camera. Might not be able to see it, but it's right there. Super handy. Let me just come around. When I got it, it was obviously just the black paint. I didn't do the decals. I had a local shop put the vinyls together and apply them for me. Whether it's vinyls, whether it's a wrap on the cab, whatever you do, you need to have some sort of branding. Believe it or not, I am not good at designing computers. This was done with AI. Find yourself a good AI website. Start with the standard templates. Type in what you want, and just keep clicking until you get something. Usually they're free to download, or pay a basic subscription for continued design software and tools. DOT number, also very important. Once you get your licensed and your EIN, you'll want to get that DOT number. It's free, but it helps just track the vehicle. Also, if you do plan on upscaling like I do, you'll definitely want the DOT number if you're planning on going CDL or anything more heavy duty. Step inside here. We have the controls for the bed. Just typical up, down. It's in the cab. Once I get the doors open, it is super handy to just be able to come back in the cab and dump it and lower it and drive off. Other than that, pretty standard interior, single cab. I do have the required flashers and a fire extinguisher. Also, my dump requires high-vis gear if you're going to their transfer station. But other than that, pretty standard trim. Pretty comfortable ride for an F550. We don't have a whole lot of extreme weather here. It does have the block heater in it, which I'm pretty sure is standard. If you can afford a rig up front, my motto has always been buy once, cry once. This vehicle is owned outright. Like I said, I was lucky enough to have worked hard and saved money and had the opportunity to put money aside. Not everybody does, I understand. But having something that you own outright, that way you're starting debt-free. But all these decals, they're all individually cut and applied by hand. There you go. If you do have any questions about the truck, why I went this instead of your typical NPR or truck trailer combo, feel free to drop a question. Like I said, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Other than that, like I said, keep an eye out for other videos. I'll try and showcase some jobs when I can, but most of the time it'll just be me storing videos for other media uses. But thanks for watching. Ask any questions you want, and I'll try and get back to you. Y'all have a good day.